So we now, I guess, have Mustadio. We have
Yes.
money with which to buy guns.
And replacement shield and helmet.
Well, not here. They don't have any armor here. Bar! Rumor mill! Have you conveniently developed a rumor about how... Yes. Or no, that's the old rumor. They build orphanages! That company is good for the economy!
They build orphanages and then enslave the orphans, maybe.
It's not slavery, it's a workhouse! They are being given opportunity here. Take some gear. I guess if you're a proper character now, I can let you clothe yourself.
Yeah, Mustadio is the first actual unique character they give you complete and total control over.
Suppose he'll have to go down some kind of path.
I don't think he actually has much dialogue, though. There are some who have a decent amount of dialogue when you bring
Look
them
how
on
quickly
plot
Boneless
missions.
is leveling just from sitting in the corner singing. Bard is dangerous. Bard is
Bard
bad
is
for the
scary.
progression curve. He unlearned
Yeah,
Zeal Evil.
Mustadio you want to keep around because he is part of a bunch of side quests later. Like, all kinds of
Unlearned
things
how to
wind
seal
up meeting
evil. They didn't just
Mustadio and
copy
his
the
dad.
Mustadio I'd built as a guest into this slot. They have a separate Mustadio that prepared in advance to inject into your party afterwards. This is not the real. The other
Weird.
Mustadio was an imposter.
That's so weird. I could have sworn that they keep the guest you build. At least I thought it was that way for Grace. Huh.
False Mustadio. Let's see. Yes, Oracle 4. That is more than enough, Oracle. How's your time? You have time? Good. Then it is time for math.
Oh god, calculator.
Prepare for math! Alright, so what can math do?
Okay. This is math as I understand it. Math has in it rules and numbers. You take a rule, apply a number to it, and then that combined rule and number will apply any spell you know from another class to everything on the battlefield that fits that rule.
Here is a
It
list
does
of the
not-
prime numbers from 1 to 100, in case you did not know. Here they are! Alright, so we have... resting... Gain more experience. Gain experience as you move. Gain job point as you move. What?
Yeah, calculator's insane.
Math? Okay, so we have our rules of... So we could target. So each of these abilities here in the active list is a targeting criteria we can use. Then we could target by current initiative rating, by level, by experience amount, by altitude they are standing at.
And then you have prime numbers divisible by 5, divisible by 3, and divisible by 4 to add to those things.
Ah,
So
level and death, of course.
Exactly.
Math.
The thing is that you need to have powerful spells in other categories to get the full power out of math. But when you do, math is really scary. in the sense that you can crush the opposing team with it and also crush your own team with it by mistake if you're bad at math.
You need very precise math. So yes, this is one of the things I will be building over the course of this run. I will construct a mighty equation. Bard with gun and mathematician. Those are our two academics on the team. Alright, here we go, finding the back way into the city. He does not ask you to understand what he just said, only remember it. That's all. Here we are now. Wardulus. Perfectly ordinary trip to Wardulus.
Uh-huh. Yes, those two, Gug and Wargulus, those are what I wound up using for a lot of proposition back and forths for this area of Ivolus.
Ah, our first harp. And a dictionary. For oracles?
Dictionaries aren't really for anyone. They're weird.
Books? What? And a Ramia harp. Whose sound causes confusion.
Okay. So, dictionaries and harps are actually fairly similar. They both function on an average of your physical and magical attacks, and they both have a range of 3.
We have equipped book.
The pole is probably better, unless you want to give that to Rasmo or something. Then again, the dictionary does have range.
Now, Rasmo's in time mode right now. He's not using poles.
Pulls are good on pretty much any spellcaster. They just run off MA. I guess they don't have the ability to use them, though, huh?
Mm-hmm. Oh, of course, this will be a city that gives us an event on departure instead. In addition to two birds with one stone, when one of the birds is itself also a stone. You get your stone back. You've spent nothing. You just get a free bird. Do not anger Cardinal Dracula. Just go ahead and save again, in case there's further events waiting. Nope. Moving on. Two. Or, this is going to be a multi-deploy, isn't it? Yeah, I gotta shelve the bard for a while. They're too strong. Must be sealed away. We cannot handle the music. Alright, we have to recollect you.
Geronimo. Forgot about that.
Geronimo! And level 15 and 14 it is. Archers, wizards, knights. Mustadio, please. Right, knights. Alternative crime. Did that enemy just find a treasure item on the map?
Probably. Yep. Yep,
Why is
they
that
did.
a thing?
That wizard was very dumb and bought move find item with some of his JP, I guess.
Right, so there's a bolt heading for Rasmo. There's a charge heading for Agrius. And a Fire 3 heading for Mustadio. Or rather... heading for the ground next to Mustadio, and thus unavoidable because he's not fast enough to get out of the way of that. Goodbye, Mustadio. You can at least maybe prevent... yeah. One out of the way. Despite that, I think the two of them will be alright. I mean... Demi, I think, was still left wielding white magic as a secondary?
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, we have Rays on the scene. Or maybe Mustadio will just block. Suddenly he got good when you learn moves, Mustadio. You've been holding back this whole time. See, look how much you learned when we took away your gun.
Or alternatively, it really was an imposter.
The true Mustadio starts here. Maybe he was just really distracted by that dad in peril. Just could not do anything else while thinking about that dad. recipient of the worst Phoenix Down. Yes, death sentence is what other Final Fantasies would call condemn. It puts a timer on you, and when the timer runs out, you die. Rasmo is Mighty Wizard. Bonk, bonk, bonk.
Just not quite in the way that wizards usually wind up being mighty.
Okay, this Fire 3 is aimed directly at the calculator. So it's time to conduct math. Oh, these swing exactly 3 tiles, no more, no less. We cannot math in close quarters.
That's so weird.
One can fire off a shell before the Fire 3 hits. Nice going, wizard. Astounding strategy on your part. Rasmo will be fine. All part of the show.
Hopefully Agrisa's turn will come up and she can just stasis sword those 3 into oblivion. Oh. Does this version of jump have that function of jump? Let's find out.
Good. She blocked the book.
It wouldn't have done that much damage anyway. That's kind of the other thing about calculators. Their ability set is ridiculous, but they have crap stats all around. Like, even their magic attack isn't very good.
I have exactly the amount of time I need to revive Rasmo. Yeah, the anime is extremely diligent about focusing fire and pouncing on any opportunity to strike at a vulnerable creature. And that makes it terribly boring.
Ooh, Demi can eat Spike. Get some wizard skills.
Nah. I'd rather just recover. Whatever. He knew Fire 3. Who cares?
Fire 3 that you could have mathed with.
I'll get better spells to math. Let me know Thunder 3.
I concede Thunder 3 is definitely a better spell than Fire 3. Especially that idiot wizard brought fire magic to a map that's raining. I'm pretty sure rain decreases fire damage. And raises electricity damage.
Further condemnation. Good. You're gonna go back to throwing regular attacks because the utility moves that should pay off wonderfully are just too consistently fucking up and missing.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, typically I found Mustadio better at landing those things than Oracles are, but I guess not here.
Ralph became treasure. No, the tree's in the way. With how much of a hassle this map has been. Alright, never mind. That would have been exceptionally rude. I will just let this be mitigated by time. There we go. Successful paralysis. Finally. I feel like trying to consume a few of these folk. Apparently Brasmo had nothing to learn from the other guy. Yeah, just keep using beverages to become more advanced. Agrius will take long enough to close in on that target, but everyone else should get a chance to process these bodies. You've regained the use of your arm. Perfect. Yeah, not even any sort of, hey, the fight's over, let me just gather up all the loot bags left behind and hand them to you system like exists in Tactics Ogre. Well, welcome to the team. You're filling up spots that would otherwise become infested with birds. As my inventory become infested with birds, I haven't let much time pass, so they may not have managed to egg. Oh, and doing that creates more weird. The constant bait and switching on the map. It's really obnoxious.
It's a little odd, yeah. Agrius, however, is very good. Holy Knight is a great class, and Agrius is a great person, and she has a dialogue on a few maps, including the one that you're about to go to.
The dance begins. Damage NP. Damage health. Damage speed. Polka counters physical attack. The bad breath dance. And the time has frozen dance. Yeah, these are all of the bard moves, but inverted and thrown at the... And likewise, yeah, brave up instead of faith up. Yeah, physical power. Jump and fly. Yep. 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 Seems like even the regular old damage ones. The Wisnibus and the Witch Hunt, those seem like they'd be extremely powerful on their own. Let us first dance in moderation. Even more moderate. Let's do the wizard crippling dance.
That may not be very useful at Galgren.
I've made my choice. You are just one Lancer level away.
What, are you gonna have them both dance? Just a team of song and dance?
It might be a bit repetitive to have multi-dance. Could have you pursue the way of the samurai, I guess. That's out there somewhere. Let's see, what are you lacking for that? You need more knight. Become a samurai. Or archer to become a ninja. And yeah, plenty of thief, plenty of geo.
I mean, Rasmo is probably your best suited unit to be a samurai since he's doing both sides of the job tree.
Very well.
Like I said, samurai arts run off of magic attack, which actually makes a wizard with katanas the best way to do that.
Yeah, there you go. Archer with counterflood. Almost enough. No, because I don't have anyone to use Archer. Well, that's where you'll learn. That way lies the path of supercrime. I'm still very surprised that Boneless has managed to sneak his way into the number 2 slot. Just left-hand man, Boneless. History speaks of the great hero Delita and the mad anarchist Rasmo, but none sing the ballad of Boneless. All right. Let us go attend the execution at the execution site. Just ideal real estate for murder. And I have only the 2 points of capacity. Plus, yes, it is a multi-deploy. That way that it never tells you that it's going to be a multi-deploy.
Yeah, the true power of Mustadio is that he can take Spillover JP into Knight and 100% break people's equipment. Arm aim and leg aim may have chances, but gun and Knight breaking is incredibly terrifying.
That sounds like a great build to dig into. Especially since I can have him snag equip gun out of engineer. Equip axe, because guns are axes, I suppose.
It's because it replaces Squire, so most of its stuff is just the Squire stuff. Again, it's stupid. Engineer really should have equip gun.
Ah, but it was a clever ruse! Why do you care about ending corruption? And let's see, 17, 16, 16, 15... 15, yep. It seems like engaging in full bard nonsense is the only way your characters would naturally level up in accordance with the curve. And yet another map that's designed to make it extremely difficult for you to look at what your fuck is going on. As is customary. Time Mage is up there.
Okay, I misremembered break skills with gun. It's still great, but it's not quite as good as I thought. I'm pretty sure it still has a higher success rate than using a actual weapon, and obviously it has gun range, but it is not 100%. It's still incredibly good, though. And yeah, the under the bridge starting point here is just not very good.
Yep.
You wind up in the middle of a massive mess.
Here's two people surrounded by hostiles, cut off from the rest of the team. Got a couple time wizards that are gonna beat the shit out of them. Because we chose this way to approach the a rescue attempt at the here at the gallows, I guess. Yeah, okay, so Gafgarian's a Dark Knight here. And he has Dark Sword moves. And I'm not allowed to go deeper into there with this cursory examination thing. But yeah, traditionally, what a Dark Knight does in a Final Fantasy is sacrifice their own health to fuck up the enemy. And what I seem to be gathering is that Gafgarian instead regenerates?
Yeah, okay,
After
so
attacking?
Gafgarian's job is not particularly fleshed out because the player doesn't get access to it. He has two abilities. There's that Night Sword and Dark Sword, I think, is the other one. Anyway, Night Sword drains HP and Dark Sword drains MP. And I think you'll pretty much never see him use the MP drain because he doesn't use anything that costs MP. And also, you might have noticed he comes with a blood sword. That this is one of the few times in the game where taking steel is actually really good because that blood sword is great. It doesn't have the usual gigantic accuracy penalty that blood weapons have. And it's pretty damn strong compared to most swords at this point in the game. Gafgarian's blood sword is very nice. We are now at very least, allowed to directly command
the ridiculous guest character who will carry the team.
Yes. Like, if this doesn't go well, or even just after this fight, I would take a look at how much JP Agrias has and what she's capable of spending it on. Because, unlike Dark Sword, Holy Sword is an insane command set. It has all kinds of stuff in it that hits various places and does all kinds of status elements. It's a very good command set. Like, right now, she just has Stasis Sword and Split Punch. There's also Crush Punch in there, which is just Split Punch 2.0. I think it hurts a bit less, but it can cause instant death as opposed to death sentence. And also in there is like Lightning Stab, which I think you saw Delita use on the waterfall. Also very good and can cause silence. And Holy Explosion has range like Earth Slash, just hits a straight line for like 4 to 6 squares, something like that, and can cause confusion. Holy Sword is nuts.
Alright, Agrias has been immobilized. And Agrias and the Calculator are now my only active characters.
Yeah, no, Galgarend is a jerk. This map is really tough.
Agrius is not even qualified to administer Phoenix Downs.
She probably has the JP for it. Though I get that it's a pain when you get a character like that to have to go through and buy all the little things.
Yeah, she had it and forgot it. Once again, you don't retain the guest character you were building. Guest Agrius repeatedly used Phoenix Downs to revive various downed characters.
Yeah, I do remember
during other
that.
fights.
That's really awful. I don't know why I didn't remember that. It seems like something I'd remember and be mad about.